Welcome to Immedi Chats.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to the Halloween episode.
Ooh.
What's up, Greg?
What's up, Craig? Trick or treat, my man. What's happening, y'all?
What's up? Barely me.
Yeah, I'm a little tired myself. Let's get into the Halloween episode.
Let's do it.
All right, so we're going to mix it up a little bit this episode, but as usual, let's talk about what we've been up to before we get into the spooktacularness.
Let me just tell you how many cookies I've been doing.
Good God, you've been doing some cookies.
Oh, look, y'all. I know I say I'm busy with cookies a lot, but I am busy. And then, not even about 10 minutes ago, I realized that it's the 21st, and I have to also include all the Halloween cookies I got to do into this week. So, yay for me.
Hooray.
God bless you. So you've been up to your ears in cookies.
Mm-hmm.
Why? What you been up to?
Just in general
Sure.
or more specifically?
Either.
I mean,
These
aren't
last
we
2
on like
weeks.
episode 22?
20.
20.
No,
Yeah.
sorry. Not 20. 21.
Ooh.
This is 21. Yeah.
Do you know what today is when we're recording this?
21.
the
Mhm.
21st.
It's the 21. Yeah, what's you been up to these past couple of weeks since we've last recorded?
Oh, well. Been working. I walk without crutches now most of the time.
Hey, advances.
Although it's not perfect, but
Sure.
I did my physical therapy today with tennis shoes on. That's the first time I have put a non-walking boot shoe on my right foot in about 4 months
Wow.
or more. It's been since June something. Because I put
Yeah.
on like that little like temporary walking boot in June and wore that until my surgery.
Right.
I beat another game on my stream.
Okay. Oh, creepy. There's
My
ghosts in here,
God.
you guys.
My bad, but that was kind of perfect. It said, wow!
Which has a TV show based on it. So some people that listen to the show may actually have heard of it.
Okay. Hit us with the name.
It's The Last of Us.
Oh, yeah.
And that yeah, so I played the game and I really liked it. It everybody was making a big deal about the ending, but I didn't find the ending all that like crazy
Okay.
personally. Because like throughout the show you're a guy and you are like escorting a little girl through like a zombie apocalypse basically.
Okay.
And they kind of, at first they're kind of adversarial, and then as they work through all the trials and tribulations, they become close.
Mhm.
And I was like, I don't know, man. Like, that just seems like the right thing to do. Like, as a parent, like, I don't know why this is such a big deal. Like, that's just what you do.
Yeah.
Like, it just seemed perfectly normal and natural to me, and it didn't. I was like, there was other parts of the game that I was like, oh, someone has stabbed me. Who's cutting the onions?
Oh gosh.
But other than that, no, I enjoyed that. And
Okay.
every now and then, like one, like I'm not gonna say a day. Let's say about 21 hours for every 8 days, we get some fall weather,
Right.
and that's kind of nice.
Yeah. Agree. It has been kind of nice.
We're getting close to the end of soccer season.
Yeah.
We have, I think, one more weekend of games for both kids, or two.
Mhm.
And the last weekend for the older kid is like a little tournament.
Yeah.
So they'll
Yeah.
play 2 games on Saturday and Sunday, and if they
And guess what it's
do
called? Halloween Havoc.
Ooh.
if they
They
do
dress
well
up?
enough no.
No.
Actually, they do dress up on the Saturday game if they want.
At his
Gotcha.
age group?
Mhm.
Oh, Lord. That's just what we need.
I
But
can already hear the dads. You kick like a zombie. Get on the ball. Okay. Okay. Well, we did some group activities this past weekend.
Yeah, but nobody wants to hear about that. Moving on. Just kidding.
Okay. Moving on.
Love you, Jen. Love you, Cody. Love you, Mal.
Yeah. I got to meet some of Lyle's streaming friends
Mhm.
for the first time. And we went to an escape room together. A spooky escape room.
Oh, I felt so proud of myself. Man, I feel like I actually contributed this time.
Yeah, like everybody did a little bit. Well, there are some people who did more, but everybody participated, and that's always great.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like everybody pulled like an equal amount of weight. Now, I will say maybe Jen stepped it up a
Yeah.
notch by being the one to go in first.
Yes. She
But
was very unafraid.
Well, that's not entirely true.
Okay.
Uh, it was an escape room that is supposed to be the scariest escape room they have at the 13th Gate Escape Rooms, which is like the big haunted house in Baton Rouge.
Mhm.
And when you get through the first area, you have to kind of send somebody by themselves. And they say send the smallest person. And she tried to send someone else, and that Cody was like, "No, I'm good. You go."
well, Cody like bent down to go into the little spot, and she backed out and was like, "No, I'm not doing that."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And but yeah, it was fun. And the thing that I thought was the funniest personally was so Cody, which is Jen's roommate and like I don't know lifelong friend is true, but since high school at least.
Mhm.
Or junior high maybe. She is an actual factual doctor.
Yes.
And every time there was like anything to do with bones or body parts, we were like, Cody, help!
Yeah, it definitely came in handy. So we were escaping a creepy asylum. That was the theme of the escape room. So there were elements of like a surgery room that we had to do some puzzles in. So yeah, having a doc on staff was helpful. But it was fun. I had never done an escape room before, and that one was legit.
Oh, you didn't?
That's the first
I thought
time I
you
do
had
one in
done one
person.
before.
Mm-mm.
Interesting. Yeah, we've
Yeah.
only done that was our third one, maybe fourth.
Yeah.
We did
We
one here where we live, which is like a kind of a single room puzzle game.
that one was good too, though. But
I
yeah, it was
like
just one room.
Yeah, I like that one a lot. And then we did one at the 13th Gate last year, which is like a big multi-room moving parts extravaganza. And then this is another one there.
Yeah, I'd like to do another one there. A different one of the ones they already have, you know.
Let's book it.
We should.
Maybe
I
that's what I
definitely
should
like
give
it.
my dad for his birthday.
Oh, yeah, he'd be fun to do that with. Him and Sherry.
Hmm.
So, yeah, so we did the escape room this past weekend, then we went hang out and played some games at a
Mhm.
little gaming spot.
Shout out to Little Wars in Baton Rouge, who has, I'm not going to say recently, it's been like a year or two now, but they've moved locations and got a fancy new store, and it's really nice and a good place to hang out and play some games.
It is. It is very nice. Lots of tables and
Mhm.
it's a nice place.
It was loud,
Um,
but, you know, there was,
right.
I think there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 6 or 7 separate Dungeons and Dragons games happening all at the same time,
Yeah.
all around us, and like another couple of tables of people playing like war games and stuff. So each Dungeons and Dragons game is 4 to 8 people basically. And they were hooting and hollering and having a good old time. There was a bunch of kids playing, which I thought was nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had fun. There were times where we played like code names and stuff, and we're trying to talk to each other, and it's like, excuse me, what was that? Excuse me.
Kind of hard to hear.
Yeah, but that's fine.
Also, reverting back, I wonder if Casey and her husband would like a escape room.
Yeah.
I don't know how she feels about like the 13th gate kind of stuff. She probably would like it.
I feel like I mean, I don't know her as well as you do, but she gives off the vibe that she'd be down.
Yeah. And I feel that. And what did one of y'all say that's like the only one that's really supposed to be scary, basically?
Yeah, that's what they say. The others are not supposed to be haunted or spooky or anything.
Yeah, the first one we did had a couple things that were like, whoa, but it wasn't scary by any means.
Yeah. Just the production value is top notch, I find. I mean, I've only ever done that one, but I feel like it's pretty good. I've seen some
So
in
now
pictures and video, but
my current dream is I have seen one or more like online on like YouTube channels where they separate the people and like maybe I don't think it was like individuals in like separate cells or cages or anything like that, but it was like maybe 2 or 3 people in one area and another 2 or 3 people in another area, and you had to kind of work together communicating to escape your areas and meet back up to complete the puzzle.
yeah,
And I think that would be really fun. That would probably be kind of scary, but I think
probably depending on where you were locked up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I would have been down with going down a hall.
Yeah, I thought so. We were in a cell in the one. I'm trying to be kind of vague because I don't want to do any spoilers or anything like that.
No, right.
But we were in a cell and we had to get out of the cell, but we could only send one person out, and they had to retrieve an item to get the rest of us out of the cell. And I thought that Jen was just gonna have to go out and grab it and like let us out, but she had to go all the way down a dark and spooky hallway by herself with no idea whether there would be people or animatronics or lights or anything down there.
Right.
And we're all just like, you got it. Good job. You're the best. Help us out.
It's dark. There's creepy sounds everywhere. And everybody has these little tiny flashlights. They make it feel real. Anyway, that was fun. And then after games, I left you guys to come back home, but you all went to the 13th Gate Haunted House, which I haven't heard about yet. So I can't wait to hear how it was. How long did y'all have to wait before y'all got in?
I'm going to give my quick and dirty rundown.
Okay.
We probably had to wait an hour and a half.
Oh, that's not bad. Okay.
2 hours, maybe. I didn't even look at the time, to be honest.
We got there pretty close to
7.
Yeah, it probably had to have been around 7.
7:15 by the time we were in line. And then we got out. Let's see. When did I send this message to Toby? 10:15. We had gotten our fast food. So we probably got out about 9:30.
Gotcha.
And it's maybe not quite an hour to get through, but it feels like an hour to get through.
Yeah, it was probably like 30 minutes or so to walk through.
Yeah, but once you get inside, it's like, so you have a big long line outside around the building, and then there's another smaller line inside, and then another slightly longer line again, and then you kind of get split up into groups, and then you get unleashed and it out.
Have they changed the way you first enter, or has that stayed the same?
Sort of.
Okay.
It's still the same general
I thought that
idea.
was cool. I thought
Like
that
an
was cool the way
elevator?
they did it. Yeah.
It's still an elevator, but it's different.
Okay.
And surprised us all.
Okay.
Actually, I would say there was like two or three like set pieces that I recognized, but everything was either different or at the very least mixed up and in like a different order or configuration from the last time we've gone, which was probably 2018.
Okay. Okay, well, back to Erin. She was giving us a quick and dirty.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we had gone probably like 5 years in a row, and it was good. Like, it had a lot of people, um, a lot of actors in there, a lot of stuff, but like they were only changing a little bit um
From year to year.
year over year.
Mm-hmm.
So it worked out. We skipped a year and then I ended up pregnant with Simon. Didn't go that year. Then COVID, didn't go. And I don't think we had went since. The production value was great. However, I was a little disappointed
Really?
with it overall, and I'll tell you why. When we originally went, there were so many actors in there, I felt.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I feel like it was a lot more animatronics than it used
Oh,
to be. Now again, as the years go on, you get more money, you can afford to do more animatronic things, but the things that really scare you are the people that act in there.
right.
Now, I will say the other problem was that we were behind 2 ladies that were drunk and in front of some people that were very, very scared.
Oh,
So,
The
um,
people behind us being very scared, I thought was nice, personally.
yeah.
Because
So we missed a lot of the jump scares that would have been cool because the people in front of us were kind of being stupid.
yeah. Now, uh had the girls been through it before?
No,
Okay.
but they loved it.
Did they? That's good.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, cool. Lau, you have any other thoughts about the haunted house you want to share?
The people in front, I didn't realize. I did see that they had a guide, like from a employee of the 13th Gate, but I had done research beforehand about whether I could bring my crutches or not because I
Right.
wasn't sure where I would be with my foot. And it said if you bring crutches, that's fine, but they will give you a guide. And I assume that's to make sure you don't like damage anything you're not supposed to or get it stuck or
Yeah.
trip a person that would come to scare you or something like that.
Right. Did they
Um
have anything to say about your boot?
nope,
Oh, that's good.
didn't even mention it. Actually,
Well,
some of the people in the haunted house mentioned it.
Oh.
yeah, one of the guys was like, "Oh, you walk like me."
That's funny.
Yeah, and almost immediately after, there was a guy on the floor with, like, his half of his right leg chopped off,
Sure.
and he was just kinda laying down there moaning, and I was like, "Oh, man, I'm doing better than this guy at least."
That's good.
Did he
But,
say anything?
no, I don't know if he heard me or not. But, yeah, so they were being guided because they were apparently drunk and disorderly and trying to touch too many things and wander off where they're not supposed to and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And the people
That's
behind us kept getting scared and, like, running almost into me. In
mhm.
fact, at one point, they stepped on I have, like, a riser fitted on my left shoe to,
Mhm.
like, balance out for the walking boot, and they stepped on that and pulled it off my shoe, which, I mean, fine, it's not a big deal, but the thing about a haunted house like that, which I is that the only haunted house I've ever been to? I think I've other than, like, little small ones, I think yes. But you kinda if you get bunched up with people, sometimes they'll jump out at the people in front of you, and then you're like, "Oh, ha ha, I see that jump scare, but it did get me directly." But sometimes it gets you, or sometimes they'll wait. But even if I saw it happen and I didn't get scared or whatever, and then they would get the people behind me. Them screaming would catch me off guard sometimes and scare me again. So it worked in my favor a little bit that they were spooking behind me a lot.
Nice. Well, cool. I'm glad that it was, I guess, a relatively good experience,
Yeah.
even though Aaron was a little disappointed.
I mean, I still had a good time.
Yeah. So what time did y'all end up getting home?
11:45.
Yeah,
Okay.
sounds about right. Because we got food, we got gas, and then we hit the
Oh,
bricks.
talk about
Oh.
that. The food.
Oh.
You ready
Okay.
for the fast food rundown?
So we went to Jack in the Box in Baton Rouge. I'm gonna call y'all out. The one by campus
Ooh, get them.
By LSU.
by LSU. I was gonna go to Cane's, but I didn't even see the Cane's, and then we were leaving. I was like, "Oh, that's Cane's." It didn't even look like a Raising Cane's to me. Is that the original one?
Probably.
Anyway, we go up to the
That's where I
drive-thru.
suggested we go, by the way.
Yeah. Well, they had a
Cane's?
a long line.
Oh.
Yeah, Cane's. That, like, whenever I come home, like, when I used to play Magic a lot, if I was coming home late from Baton Rouge, I would almost always get Cane's because they would be open. I knew it would be good, and it was easy to eat while I drove. Don't have to worry about making a mess or nothing.
Now, I don't particularly remember the exact numbers, but here's how the ordering went.
Oh, I do.
Jack in the Box, what's your
You
order?
guys should act it out with each other. One of you being Jack in the Box and one
I'll
of you
be Jack
being
in the
person
Box.
order.
Okay, well, if you remember the numbers, I don't.
But no, it doesn't matter.
Okay. Go ahead.
I put it in the chat. No, you have to order. I'm Jack in the Box. Hello, welcome to Jack in the Box. What can I get for you?
I'll take a number 15.
Okay. What you want to drink?
Coke Zero.
Okay. Anything else?
A number 12 with a Sprite.
Oh, we ain't got no Sprite. Oh, also, we ain't got bread for number 15.
Yeah. Okay. No bread for number 15.
No, we don't have the sourdough.
Okay.
We also don't have Sprite or lemonade or Powerade.
Okay. Do you have tea?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll do a mixture of sweet and unsweet tea.
For what order?
Number 12.
We ain't got that. We ain't got chicken for that.
Okay. Then I'll do a number 19.
Okay, yeah, we got that.
Okay, that's it. Lyle went a little off the rails.
Got
if
it.
I'm being honest. First, they didn't have the sourdough bread for the sandwich I ordered. Then, so I switched to a chicken sandwich. They didn't have the chicken for the
They didn't say
sandwich.
that yet. They said okay, and then they took your order, and then I ordered also a chicken sandwich, and they were like, "Oh, we ain't got chicken for number 10 or number 11."
Oh,
And
okay,
then
okay.
so then we switched, and then I got a breakfast burrito, which shockingly they had everything for. And then that was when we found out that they didn't have Sprite or anything else. So I got tea, and then you got a normal burger,
Mm-hmm.
and they had all of that.
Now, I will say that burger I had was good.
My breakfast burrito was fine. But
Wow.
yeah, it was an ordeal. I was like, good Lord, we about to leave and go somewhere else. We were just laughing too much to think to get mad and drive away.
You know what I'd have said? I'd have said, man, y'all ain't got Jack in this box.
For real, what do you have?
Can't ask that because they have like 800. They're like Sonic. They have so much shit on their menu.
Yeah, you're saying 15. I'm like, God dang, how big is this menu?
20.
Lyle's was like number 28.
That's insanity.
Well, they have, I want to say it was probably 20 normal menu combos, and then it's like 21 through 30 or whatever was breakfast combos.
And then they have egg rolls. They have tacos. That's just extra.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't think I've ever been to Jack in the Box.
It's fun. It used to be more fun because you could just get like a bunch of random shit and it was super cheap.
Yeah.
But now not cheap. Even the tacos are more expensive than they used to be, and they are sus.
Oh, I was about to say, are they good?
No.
They're like the little mini tacos you buy from Sam's or Costco that are frozen, but then you heat up. But it's like they just give them to you defrosted.
Stop it.
Yeah. Like
Stop it.
they're a normal size taco. They're slightly smaller than like a Taco Bell taco, but it's gonna be the like most low quality ground beef you've ever seen in your life with
Yeah.
some sort of a topping on it, like some sad gray lettuce.
Yeah.
And it's very small and very like kind of folded over, and it's a crunchy taco shell, but it's soft. And it's just it's but they used to be like 2 for $1. So you just get them anyway because it's like that's like drunk people food, I guess.
Sure.
But no.
Man, I want a Taco Bell taco now.
Yeah.
Dang.
I think we probably should move on though
Okay.
I
from this
think
because we have a big episode.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
All right, so we wanted to talk about our costumes that we do every year and the history of those.
Okay.
So let's spend a little time talking about that. So when I can, I like to go to Aaron and Lyle's house to trick or treat with the kiddos, and like we all go as a group. They have a great neighborhood for trick or treating, and Aaron does a pretty good job of throwing together a theme for us, or Aaron and Lyle, I should say. So
Okay.
yeah,
Give him credit.
well, I think he's come up with some of those. Anyway, so yeah, let's talk about some of the things we've done the last couple of years.
Okay.
And
Well, we used to have Oliver decide what we were all going to be.
right,
So the first Halloween we kind of all did it together. He told you that you needed to be a pumpkin.
that is what
So
he
you
said.
were a pumpkin.
A big old inflatable pumpkin.
And I think that's the year that he told Lyle he needed to be a ghost.
Mm-hmm.
So Lyle was Miguel from
Coco.
Coco.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And then Oliver was Rusty Rivets, and I had to be Rusty Rivets' best friend, which I can't even remember her name.
Ruby.
Ruby. And then Simon was
A ninja. He wanted Simon to be a ninja and me to be a ghost. So I twisted that into myself being Miguel and Simon being Naruto,
right.
which are both a ghost and a ninja, but not what he meant.
And let
I
me just
think-
say, of all the costumes, that pumpkin was the best for me.
Yeah.
I
Toby
liked
has
it.
had an inflatable costume in almost, if not all, of these ones that we're about to list through the years.
That's right. I try to get the inflatables.
Let's see. We've done Pokemon one year now. I don't know if did my parents participate in that first year?
The
I
Pokemon?
don't-
Yeah.
No.
Oh, you
The
mean
other one. They
The one-
may have, but I don't know if they dressed up.
I don't think
I think
feel
the
like they
first year
did.
the
They wore
first
their-
year they dressed up was for
Wait.
Pokemon, I think.
No,
No, they
time
wore the
out.
pirate. They wore the pirate
Yes,
costume.
because that was the year
true.
we did the trunk or treat, and we did your car like a kraken attacking a pirate ship,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
then we all dressed as pirates, including Oliver.
And
and
we
then he
won
wasn't
that
an-
shit.
Yeah, he wasn't an actual pirate for Halloween, but your parents wore their pirate costumes when he went trick or treating.
Yeah,
That was
he
so
was
fun.
he was the pirate captain,
Yes.
Yeah.
and apparently it was very, very hard to get him in that costume and over to trunk or treat. He was
Oh,
pissy.
yeah. Your mom and dad had their hands full.
Yeah. Okay, so then we did like Pokemon. My dad was Professor Oak.
You skipped a year.
What did I skip?
So that all was in 2019 because Simon was a little baby. So then the following year in 2020, so
That's
the
vid
COVID
year.
year,
Mhm.
the COVID year, yeah. Oliver again picked some kind of semi-random things he wanted people to be, and you were Beetlejuice.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember why. You might have just chosen that for yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
Oliver said he wanted to be a robot. So I built him an actual Transformers costume,
That
which
was
looked
legit.
very cool. However, was broken in 2 separate ways before we even got to the end of the block after I spent probably 40 to 50 hours building it over several weeks. Simon was Stitch, I want to say.
Yeah.
We had him just like a big like onesie thing. And we didn't really do like a big theme that year.
I feel like I was there that year, right?
Yeah,
Did I just
because that's the year we met my brother's, well, now wife, but girlfriend at the time and her kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I
I
just
was
did the
dressed like
pumpkin again.
fucking Beetlejuice when I first met them.
I think I did the pumpkin again that year.
I think so.
Yeah, I think I reused it since
Yeah,
we
'cause we
weren't
didn't
doing
really
anything
have
different. Mhm.
And then the year after that was the Pokemon year.
Okay.
And then 2021.
So wait, Pokemon. You
Mhm.
guys wanna guess what I was? Inflatable?
Inflatable, it's big and round.
I was a Pokeball.
Yeah. And then that year, my mother-in-law, so like now every year my mother-in-law comes, we do a big costume theme sort of thing. It's like every other year we theme it up.
Yeah.
Or now, like this year and the year before, we kind of break off into small little groups. So,
Mhm.
like my mother-in-law, my mom and dad, Lyle, Toby, the kids, and then now some friends will come over too. But so for that, um, my dad was Professor Oak. My mom was your mom was Jigglypuff.
Yeah, I think your mom was Bulbasaur
No,
or
I think
Bulb.
um
We bought like big Kigurumi onesies, which is just like
yeah,
a giant onesie that buttons up the front and has a hood, and it's often a tail.
you were Charizard.
Yeah, I was one of them, Charmander, Charizard. I don't know.
I was Bulbasaur, I think, which meant was Squirtle,
Yeah.
Oh, yep.
and
That's
then
right.
Simon was Pikachu.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's right. So that was the most themes we ever were. So
And
that's
my dad
2021.
pulled off a great Professor Oak.
Uh,
What was after that?
2022. 1 second. Let me pull this up.
But
I
wait, no, like the 2020 year, you were the guy on the skateboard, right?
yeah, I was a oh yeah. What did I say that I was?
I don't think you said.
Yeah, I was a skate shark, which is from like one of my favorite video games. Basically, we had a shark fin like beanie that someone had crocheted for Aaron, and I saw a shirt that was like kind of the on theme for that.
I'm
And
pretty sure
so
my mom crocheted it. Shout out to Sherry.
well, there you go. Yeah, it's a cool hat.
It's a Shark Week thing.
Yeah.
My
Yep.
mom used to buy me gifts for Shark Week every year.
So yeah, there's the
Or make me gifts.
2019. So 2020 October. Yeah, I was the skate shark, and then Oliver was the Transformer, and Simon was the Stitch. And then 2021. Let's see. Do I know? Oh yeah, there's our big Pokemon crew. So yeah, you were Bulbasaur, your mom was Squirtle, my mom was Jigglypuff. Yep, and everything else was right. So yeah, we got all that right. And then 2022.
Oh, I'm
Let's
looking at those right now.
let's
Aaron
see.
was a witch.
Yes.
Your
Oh, a
mom
pregnant witch.
Yeah, your mom rode your mom rode a flamingo, a pink flamingo.
Oh yes, like they have the little people that look like they're riding a dinosaur.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
She's riding on a flamingo. That was the Among Us year. Oliver was big into Among Us. So
Yes,
he and
both
Toby were Among Us inflatables.
Yep, but he was a sus. Like he was
he was an
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 imposter,
imposter. Yeah.
and I was just a crewmate.
And
Mhm.
Simon is oh god, what's his
Paw
name?
Patrol from
Yeah,
Paw Patrol.
the kid from Paw Patrol.
Ryder.
Ryder. There you
There you
go.
go.
And your mom was Sky, right?
No, she's a lady on a flamingo.
Oh wait, yeah. So
So we don't really have a theme that year.
No, we kind of all did random stuff. And
Is
Lyle,
my
who were
mom and
you?
dad there?
Your mom's in this picture, but I think she's wearing a
Can't tell if she-
costume, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I was
Send me the picture.
I was Kakashi from Naruto. So I had some gray like hair paste to spike my hair all up and a bunch of ninja stuff on. Yeah, I can't tell. I see some spider webs on your mom's shoulder, Aaron.
Yeah, I just sent you the picture. I can't tell.
She
No.
had Halloween pajamas on
Oh,
Okay.
because it was like a last minute thing, and my dad ended up not being able to come.
I have a video that I'm see right here. There's two kids, I don't know, possibly teens, in those big inflatable T-Rex costumes that everyone has seen online and all the memes and stuff. And one of them is skateboarding down the street.
That's funny.
So
I just sent y'all another picture.
I just filmed those kids.
That was from 2016.
Yeah, that was Oliver's very first Halloween. He was a Viking. Cutie
And
pie.
then last year, Oliver was Shadow from Sonic the Hedgehog, and his friend came over, and he had a different costume for actual Halloween, but he had a backup Sonic costume. So they were Shadow and Sonic together.
And your mom was
The pink one.
Yeah.
Oh, Amy Rose.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Claire, this is Claire's. Is this her first Halloween?
Yes.
Yeah. Claire's first Halloween. She was Ariel, because we had a cute little Ariel dress. And I was Prince Eric, and Aaron was King Triton.
That was awesome. Oh, gosh.
And you couldn't come last year, Toby, because it was like on a weekday.
Yeah, it was like
a Wednesday or something.
And then Simon was Yoshi, and his Grammy and Paje were Luigi and Mario.
Yeah. And then he made his Granwy and my mom, whoever was here taking care of him during the day, for the next several months, wear like the Luigi hat and mustache around the house.
And finally, this year,
Yep.
we'll go ahead and tell you guys what we're being. I'll go ahead and start with the big group thing, and then I'll let you tell what you and the boys are being.
Okay.
I randomly came across, I was looking for a costume for Claire, and I saw the Boo costume from Monsters Inc., where she's dressed up as a monster to disguise herself. So she's being Boo, dressed up as a monster. Par and Toby's being, you guessed it, an inflatable Mike Wazowski.
Mike Wazowski.
Oh, gangsta as Mike Wazowski.
It's legit. It's big. I'm gonna be hot as hell.
Paje is being Sullivan.
Yeah.
And then Grandma, like my mom, my mother-in-law, and myself, we're being members of the Child Detection Agency. So we'll be vacuuming up children all over the place.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna try to find. I wasn't gonna tell you guys this, but I'm gonna tell you anyway because I want to share it with everybody. I think I'm gonna try to find a little soundboard, Monsters Inc. soundboard with things that Mike Wazowski and Sully say back and forth to each other. And I'm gonna have that on my phone and put a little speaker inside there with me. And so when me and your dad are walking next to each other, I'm gonna play some random stuff.
Now,
Make it look
Aaron,
like we're talking.
y'all need like some socks or something.
Mhm.
And any kids that you know or like are playing along with you, you need to like throw the sock at them and go 2319, 2319. And go
Yeah.
try and vacuum them up.
We can play along with that too. Of
Mhm.
course, nothing will stick to me, but
Yeah, it has to be on a monster, actually. So we'll throw it at my dad.
there
There
you
you
go.
go.
Okay.
And the boys and I, so we have spent, I mentioned this previously on the podcast, but we started watching Dragon Ball Z in April of 2022, and we just finished it in September, I think. So we watched all 291 episodes and like 13 movies or whatever. And both of the boys had characters they really liked, and they were like, "Ooh, let's be Dragon Ball Z characters for Halloween." So Oliver and Simon are going to be Goten and Trunks, who are the two like youngest kids in the show at the end of the show. And I am going to be Gohan, which is Goten's older brother, and though they are both Goku's son, he's like the main character of the show.
Nice.
And so we're gonna all be Dragon Ball Z characters, the three of us. And also the two characters they're gonna be at one point in the show learn this like fusion technique, and they do a little dance and they join together to become one person. So they're gonna do the little dance together.
Oh, can't wait.
They did it the other night, and they were laughing so hard they could barely make it happen.
Yeah,
I
they
love
could
it.
barely stand up to do the dance, but they got there, I guess.
So, do you guys remember any, like, were there any notable costumes from your childhood trick or
Oh
treating?
yeah. Oh yeah. I had some good ones when I was a kid,
Really?
for sure.
Talk about it.
I remember being Robin Hood one year.
Okay.
Now
Now wait, did your mom make these or did you buy these?
she made a lot of these.
Okay.
So my mom's a generally crafty person, and she used to sew, I think, a lot, and then she didn't sew for a long time while I lived with her. Maybe she did, and I just didn't realize it. And she sews again now here and there, like people get her to alter a dress or mend something or whatever. But she used to always have like dress patterns and make clothes and stuff like that. So yeah, I was Robin Hood one year, and like my whole costume was made out of like not felt, but like basically like the felt type fabric, I guess.
Yeah.
And I had a little hat with a big feather in it, and I had an actual bow that I used to shoot arrows at trees and stuff for several years after the fact.
Okay.
What else? And then I was a Ninja Turtle one year. I believe that was a mostly purchased costume, but I remember having a big chunky shell.
Mm.
I was so if you look up Hitmonchan, yeah, Hitmonchan. This is a Pokemon.
Okay.
I was this Pokemon one year. In like junior high, I went to someone's Halloween party, and if you look at its head, it's got like a big. It almost looks like a hand.
It looks like Groot's head.
Yeah.
Mm.
So my mom cut that out of like big thick like foam that you would use for like a chair cushion,
Mm-hmm.
and made me a big hat and painted it, and I wore that, and I had like a little gray like boxing outfit and some boxing gloves,
Okay.
and I think I wore tights in there. I wore tights a lot. I wore tights for this. I wore tights as Robin Hood. I'm trying to remember if I had any other really notable ones that I can think of. Not really. I do remember when we were in high school and we weren't trick or treating anymore.
Mm-hmm.
My friends and I were at Erin's house, and we were just gonna go like walk around the neighborhood she lived in and just see the trick or treaters and the houses and the decorations and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I had now in high school, I always wore like a white t-shirt, like an undershirt under my school shirts. But also I was big into wearing like the white t-shirt, either a normal t-shirt or like a muscle shirt over under like a Hawaiian shirt, unbuttoned.
Mm-hmm.
That was my high school fit. So it was very cool.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
You should
Early
bring that back.
at least. Yeah. So I had the white t-shirt, and I remember being at Erin's house, and I like took it off and like burned some holes in it with the little weenie roast fire we had, and like rolled around in the grass and got it all muddy and stained up. Put some like leaves in my hair, and then was wandering around her neighborhood as a zombie.
Very
So I
nice.
like DIY'd a zombie costume in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
What about you, Aaron? Do you remember any notable costumes from coming up?
No, honestly. I feel like I I feel like our family as a whole shared a bunch of costumes. And like I wanna say we had like a whole big ol' box of like costumes and we would dig through 'em. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe my mom can chime in later, but, I remember one year very specifically being a bear.
Okay.
I remember being a genie one year.
Mm.
Um, but, like, I literally can't think. My best costume, I will say, was when I was in high school, and it was for homecoming week. It wasn't even for Halloween, though
Mhm.
I did, after that, wear it for Halloween a couple years in a row. We had to dress up for Superhero Day, and I was the PMS Avenger from, the movie
Mystery Men.
Mystery Men.
Oh my gosh.
She has, like, literally, like, a 30-second part in the movie, but that's what I was, the PMS Avenger.
Mm.
Yeah, they're doing like superhero tryouts, and she wanders up,
Yeah.
and she's like, "I'm the PMS Avenger. I only work 3 days a month."
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't really remember many either, which is crazy. Like, I was racking my brain today, and I had the same thought you had. I need to call my mom and ask her what she remembers. I
Yeah, I
do remember one year being a clown and wearing this jumpsuit clown thing that was super bright, had the rainbow colored clown wig, and my face was painted. And I swear to God, I could still smell that face paint.
like the
Okay,
grease paint.
That
I'm
thick grease paint, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm vaguely remembering a penguin costume as well,
Mm.
but that might have been my brother.
Now, this isn't me, but y'all will probably remember these. I have a picture of myself with like 2 or 3 of my cousins when I was a kid, and I don't remember what I was dressed as. I know that I'm pretty sure it was Jamie actually, was like He-Man,
Mm.
but they had these hard plastic masks.
Mhm.
Like, it's a face, but it's almost like a caricature of a face, and it's like I wanna say it was just like the little white rubber band around the back of your head, and
Yeah.
it's just a hard plastic mask over your face, and I always remember that picture because those masks are so freaky and weird, but he and the other person in the picture have masks like that on, I think, and I don't know if my mom has that or I have that from, like, pictures from my granny and papa's house, or my dad might have that picture. I just remember seeing that picture over and over again throughout my life.
I do remember in grade school, specifically when I was much younger, like first grade, second grade, I actually went to school in a different town because we moved after well, actually I went to first grade and then we moved and I went to a different school, second grade. But I remember these Halloween bazaars, they called them at school, or I guess the equivalent of a fall festival or
Yeah.
something. I specifically remember that being a big thing where like your parents came or your grandparents came and there was all kind of stuff going on outside and there was
Mhm.
like a whole thing in the auditorium and I don't know, it was a big
Yeah.
deal.
We had them at our school, our elementary.
I was just about to say something about bobbing for apples.
Oh, okay.
And that reminded me of another costume that I also did in, like, junior high probably.
Okay.
Now I th I don't remember trick-or-treating, like, maybe, after Oliver's age? Like, 8 or 9? I remember I started we s like, the kids that I went to school with started hosting, like, little Halloween parties, and I'd go to their house and just kinda hang out, and we'd play games and stuff.
Right.
Um, but to one of those parties, I dressed up as Freakazoid. Does anyone remember Freakazoid?
Sounds familiar. Where's that from?
It was a Cartoon Network cartoon.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
if
yeah,
you
yeah,
look
yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
he had a blue face and, like, a
Yeah.
lightning bolt on his chest, and, like, his hair was black and kinda
He
pointy in
had
the
a
back.
lightning bolt on his in his hair. He had an
Yeah, yeah.
F with an exclamation point
Okay.
on his chest.
So that was another year where I wore tights, but I also remember wearing the blue face paint and going bobbing for apples.
Oh, I bet that looked great.
Yep.
Hey, you could just morph into a zombie again.
Exactly. That was before my zombie obsession.
Okay, what about any traditions? Did your family have any specific Halloween traditions every year or
I don't think so. My mom used to go to Halloween parties, I remember, so she would often have a costume, like a kinda fancy costume. I remember she dressed up as a genie one year,
Mhm.
And she had like the little slippers with the curly toes and the bells on them and everything.
My love of Halloween kind of started later in life.
Yeah,
So,
same.
like, we and on the original street we lived on in my hometown, we would have like one of our neighbors would do a big Halloween party and or we'd go to their house to do like hand out candy and stuff. And we
Mhm.
had an older kid, like he was much older than like me. He was in high school or whatever, and he would chase people up and down the street with like a chainsaw.
Oh,
So
Lord.
that was a lot of fun.
Nice.
Just like Halloween night was fun, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
But I don't remember like I feel like we stopped trick or treating in the neighborhood so much and we'd like just go trick or treat at my grandparents' house or my aunt's house.
Yeah.
Or maybe we did trick or treating in the neighborhood first, then went to these places. I don't remember.
Yeah. Apparently, my grandparents had a tradition every year when my parents, my mom and them were younger. They would have a bunch of people in the neighborhood over, which they all lived by family. So it was like brothers and sisters of my grandparents and then cousins, aunts, uncles. And they would do this big bonfire in the back of my grandparents' house. And my grandpa would make chili and they do hot dogs and chili. And um, then they would go ride in the back of somebody's truck. They would go ride to one of the neighborhoods because my grandparents live on a highway. Can't really trick or treat there, but they would go ride to a neighborhood and then all the kids would go trick or treating. I remember doing that maybe once or twice when we were younger because we lived 2.5 hours away from our grandparents. So we would always drive in when we could. And Thanksgiving
Right.
was like on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or something like that. We would drive in and trick or treat. But like with cousins and stuff. But that's the only tradition-ish thing. Other than that, it was just the typical trick or treating in our neighborhood with our
Right.
friends.
Yeah.
And I don't know when we stopped. I mean, I'm sure it was sometime around beginning of junior high, if I had to guess. Maybe even late elementary, 6th grade. I don't know. I feel like it was fairly young for me.
Right.
I don't remember trick or treating when I was much older.
Right. Yeah, me either.
Um, what else did we want to talk about? I think that was it. Just want to talk about costumes and traditions, if there were any
Well,
notable.
I have like a quick little would you rather we could do.
Oh yeah, okay.
Um it was much longer, but I'm gonna try and pick and choose out of here.
Okay.
Um
Are you just gonna pose a bunch of things for us to talk about?
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Ready, Lyle?
Yep.
Go to a Halloween party or throw a Halloween party?
I'm gonna say go to a Halloween party.
Throw a Halloween.
Same. We do kind of do like a low key little party every time. People normally will eat. We normally have hot dogs and chili after we
We'll
trick or
get
treat.
some snacks and stuff set up and have friends come over and go trick or treating with their kids, or the neighbors next door and across the street will come over after with their kids and get some food, and kids will go through their candy together and stuff.
Yeah, but it sucks when it's during the week. But anyway.
Speaking of which, in college, Erin and her roommates threw a Halloween party
Oh my god.
that I went to. That was fun.
Was this the body shots party?
No. But it was like invite some of your friends, and then one of our roommates was a soccer player for the university, and she was like, "Oh, I invited the football team."
It was a lot of people in and out.
Yeah.
In like not a dorm, but like an apartment with a central living and kitchen area, and then
Yep.
4 bedrooms.
Yes.
So it's not a huge place.
Yeah.
Anyway, tangent. I just thought of that.
Yeah, but we lived in the sports like building, like
Mhm.
everyone that lived in the building we lived in, it was like played sports except for Callie and I.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Aaron,
what?
I'm just seeing that you're in your King Triton costume. You were wearing my shoes.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Okay. Pumpkin spice or apple cider?
Oh,
Apple cider.
Pumpkin spice for me.
gonna have to go apple cider. But
Boo!
but I do really love pumpkin spice stuff. I'm for sure basic like that. But I may like apple cider is like something that I don't have as often, I guess, anymore. So it's got a little bit more specialness to itself still.
Okay. Read horror stories or watch horror movies?
Watch horror movies.
Samesies.
Yeah, same.
Mostly because I prefer to read horror stories like camping or something like that.
Oh, but I used to love those Are You Afraid of the Dark shows on Nickelodeon.
Oh yeah, those were good.
Oh, I used to love those. I need to download some of that and watch them.
Let's see. Would you rather be the first or last person to turn into a zombie in a zombie apocalypse?
Last.
I
I want
think
to be first.
I think I gotta go first. I don't want to be by myself with a bunch of zombies.
Of course. I don't know. Maybe last.
I'm trying to put up a fight over here.
That would mean Lyle turned before me. Fuck that. No.
I kind of feel
I'm
like
going
I want to
first.
be somewhere.
Fuck that.
I want to be somewhere in the middle. Let's see. I'm skipping some. That's why it's taking a little bit.
Yeah.
I have one for you guys real quick.
What?
First, you said Halloween Would You Rathers, and this popped into my head for some reason like a couple of days ago. What do you guys think about from our childhood classic wax lips candy?
Oh.
Mm-mm.
Didn't like it.
Okay, so my would you rather is would you rather eat the wax lips candy or actually dip your lips in wax?
Dip my lips in wax.
Yeah, as long as I don't burn them off. That probably would feel cool.
Wax
So-
doesn't hurt that bad.
So
We used to do that for fun. Stick our hands in wax.
Yeah, exactly.
So for
All my
anyone-
fingertips covered in wax.
So for anyone too old or too young to know about the wax lips, now you know exactly how bad some of the candies from our childhood were.
Yeah.
We had some wild candies when we were kids, y'all. Like,
I feel like that candy though was probably from our parents' childhood.
yeah, like candy cigarettes that looked like actual cigarettes
Mhm.
and weren't just little white sticks like they are now.
And the gum cigarettes that had a little powder in them, so if you blew, some powder would come out.
Yeah.
Remember
You know what I
those?
always liked that I only ever saw at Halloween and never any other time of the year ever in my life?
Hmm.
Were they called like soda caps or something?
Oh,
like
the
that?
bottle,
yeah.
the bottle
Bottle
caps.
cap.
Bottle caps, yeah. And they were flavored like different kinds of sodas.
Mm-hmm.
I've only ever seen those at Halloween and never any other time of the year.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't even know if they
go-
make that anymore.
Go ahead, Aaron. Sorry.
Okay. Let's see. Would you rather hand out candy yourself or let kids take the candy themselves?
I'm handing it out.
Yeah,
I
I'd rather
don't
hand
trust-
it out.
I don't trust
I
them
really
kids.
want to decorate and hang out and hand out candy, but I also really want to go trick or treating with our kids. So it's
Yeah,
like,
that's my problem right now.
Mhm. It's
Oh.
when they older you're gonna get to do that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
just so everyone knows, something we did mention before all of this stuff, the Halloween themes and stuff we were doing. One year, I don't know why this happened, but I was offshore and Aaron dressed Oliver up as John Cena and he had a little pair of jorts. He was like, what, 2?
Yeah.
He had like a little pair of jorts and a John Cena shirt we had gotten when I took him to like a wrestling show and a John Cena cap. And she like filmed the video of him in the living room with the theme song playing in the background.
That's
So
so
it's going
funny.
like dun, 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 brrr, Apollo! And she pans the camera over him to real fast. Ba, ba, da, ba. And he's just sitting there looking like I have no idea what's happening. What is my mom doing?
Yeah.
We can post that to Instagram.
Nice.
Good idea. Good
Okay.
idea.
Let's see. Would you rather have Thanos or Darth Vader mad at you? I don't know why that's.
Oh.
Well, how many Power Stones does he have?
Let's just assume at their most powerful.
I'm gonna say Vader.
Thanos. I'd rather have Thanos mad at me because both of them are gonna kill me, but Vader's gonna choke me to death in a slow and painful manner, and Thanos is gonna just like punch me, and I'm gonna turn into dust.
Okay,
Hmm.
okay.
Okay.
So I'll suffer less.
Would
Maybe
you
so.
rather have a vampire or werewolf as your stalker? Vampire for me.
Vampire.
As your stalker?
Listen, I've said it before on this podcast, I think, and I'll say it again. I'm trying to become a sexy vampire. So
For real.
any vampires out there that wants to infect my ass and make me immortal and sexy forever?
I can get on board with that.
But like, if I have to become a vampire at my current state, can we like let me know that you want to do this to me, and then I will like lose some weight?
She ain't trying to get frozen in time.
Yeah,
She's a vampire, but she uses a sleep apnea machine.
yeah, and yeah. I need electricity, and I have to sleep standing up. Thank you.
You are hilarious.
Okay, so would you rather be a vampire or werewolf?
Vampire. I'd want to
Yeah,
be a
same.
vampire.
Sure.
What about a zombie or a vampire?
Vampire.
Same.
Vampires are just the best.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they really are.
Speaking of which, our friends
Oh
that
my
we
god,
met,
you're horrible.
our friends that we met over the weekend, Jen and Cody and some of their other friends are all dressing up as characters from What We Do in the Shadows.
Mm.
And Jen's being the emotional vampire. Is it that was her, or is it energy vampire? Which is just
She said energy.
energy vampire. He just looks like a normal human. He doesn't drink blood. He just like absorbs the good and bad vibes from other people.
Mm. People think there are real vampires in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
We
saw somebody on
watched,
YouTube talking about it.
we watched
There's-
the Vampire Diaries, and when the originals split off into its own show, they were in New Orleans.
They claimed, the people in this video, and it was multiple people I saw talking about it. They claimed that these quote unquote vampires do exactly what you just said that Jen's character does. They kind of just suck the energy out of you.
I can see
So
that.
there's people on TikTok. You can get on the wrong side of TikTok. There's like literal people that think that there are claimed to be vampires.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway,
Crazy. Anyway, tangents. Tangents.
trick or treating in a spooky forest or in a creepy old mansion.
Ooh, I want to be outside.
I'm sorry, what was the beginning of that?
Go trick or treating.
Oh, in a spooky forest or a mansion?
Mm-hmm.
I'm into haunted houses, so haunted mansion me. I want some secret passages.
I don't want to get locked in there. I'm scary.
What about sleep? Where would you rather sleep in a creepy old mansion or spooky forest?
Now you see, I don't want to sleep outside.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to say the mansion.
See, this is the Louisiana in me.
I'm gonna just have my iPhone flashlight on all night.
If I think of sleeping out in a spooky forest, like I know like in the movies it's like kind of misty and there's howls and stuff like that. But here I'm worried about getting crawled on by some bugs and bit up by mosquitoes. So I'm taking the mansion again.
That's where I'm at.
Okay, since Lyle did all of these side notes, I'm going to side note that I was a Girl Scout and we went to Girl Scout camp in the middle of the woods somewhere. I don't even remember where. There were like army tents out there. The sides were rolled up. We had beds with mosquito nets on them.
Oh.
We did this for a week.
Oh, wow.
I think it was my last night there that my mosquito net fell down in the middle of the night.
Ouch. Did you get bit up?
Whenever I got home, my mom legitimately cried.
Oh, no.
I had so many bites on me.
How painful.
Like it was just annoying. I remember I took a lot of oatmeal baths.
Mm.
Like every once in a while, I like a good oatmeal bath. It's just very soothing.
No
Anyway. Let's see. Find a spider in your bed or snake in your shoes.
Fuck both of those.
Spider.
Yeah, I have dreams about spiders in my bed.
I gotta
All the
say the
time.
shoes. I can't deal. I'd never see them in my bed again. I'd have to literally tear it apart.
There's probably a spider in your bed right now.
Fuck you.
Probably so.
I have
And
found
it's probably going to crawl in your ears tonight.
Stop it.
I have found a cockroach in my shoe before by putting my foot into the shoe and feeling something crawl around under it. And when I worked in South Texas, we had to check our pillowcases and boots every day for scorpion.
Oh Jesus, no.
So yeah, none of that was.
It
fun.
was. I was literally going to drive with Oliver to go visit him when he was there for 4 weeks. Like I was going to go in the middle of that time. And he told me about scorpions. And I was like, look, I love you, but not that much.
I ain't
Video
risking
chat.
scorpion. I'm always nervous there's going to be like a snake coiled up underneath my patio furniture or something.
That's a real fear.
I'm a
Yeah.
snake.
And I legit kick that shit around and like I'll tilt it on its side and before I go sit out there.
We found like what was it, a copperhead at your brother's house?
Yep.
Like under his barbecue pit or something?
Yep.
Man.
His old
Things that
house.
suck
Actually-
about living in Louisiana.
Braden found it.
Yeah. When he was what, 4?
No, he was probably like 2. He
Oh,
kept
wow.
saying, snake, Dad, that's snake. And Eric had just seen a spider. He was like, no, bud, it's a spider. That's a spider. And he's like, Dad, that's snake. And then he was like, oh shit, it is a snake. And it was a copperhead,
Holy moly.
but he killed it.
Yeah.
Of course, watching my brother kill a snake is really funny.
Like, so in Louisiana, if you find a venomous snake, we just gonna kill it. We're not that kind of people that let that thing live and let live.
No.
And some people are like, any snake, it's on site. But for me, for sure, if I can identify it as venomous, it's out of here. Well, Eric's like going after this snake with a shovel. That's like the go-to tool.
Yep.
For anyone who doesn't know, because you get some reach on them, you can slice them, their head off or whatever,
Yep.
and then scoop them up and throw them away. Well, he looked like his hand was like on the very end of that shovel handle, and it was like, like, you know how when they're watching like fencing in the Olympics,
Yeah.
they're as stretched out as they can go and stabbing as far away as possible. It was like that with the shovel.
That dude wasn't about to get bit.
No, he was not fucking around with that snake.
Them things could jump.
Mhm.
Okay, we're gonna move on. Yeah, next segment.
Sounds good.
Sure.
Okay, so this episode we're gonna each do a Halloween theme. Did you know?
Woo.
Who would like to go first?
I can go first.
Let's do it.
Mine's the most tangentially themed to Halloween. But
Okay.
it is spooky, scary, weird type of thing.
Okay.
Did you know that the Vatican City and the papal regime used to have an on-staff executioner
No.
for a very long time? So as far as I can tell, they started in like 1585 with this,
Okay.
and it went to at least the 1800s. The most well-known, the reason I found out about this is I saw like a news article about like an exhibit about this papal executioner's uniform and his like tools and stuff. And
Okay.
the most well-known is his name was Giovanni Battista Bugatti,
Oh, wow.
the executioner of the Papal States between March 22nd, 1796 and August 17th, 1861,
Oh, wow.
who recorded the name of the condemned, the crime, and the location of the execution for each of the 516 justices he performed for the governments,
Wow.
Holy moly!
papal or French.
I wonder what the crimes were.
It says most executions are related to the punishment of civil crimes committed within the papal states. So I don't think it's necessarily like heresy and stuff like that, as much as like robbery or murder that just happened to happen within Vatican City or their territories.
Oh, I see.
So it wasn't necessarily religious. Like they weren't like he wasn't like burning witches necessarily or anything like that.
Right.
But yeah, they were apparently quite prolific.
Huh. What about priests who got caught with little boys? What'd they do about that?
Mm,
Oh, was that not a thing yet?
They didn't
Okay.
talk about it, and they called a lawyer.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's
So, yeah.
interesting. Didn't
Yeah,
know that.
I was like, Toby might have heard about this before, but I saw this a while back, and it's been on my list for a long time. And I'm like, ooh, this is spooky and I can't think of a word right now, but
Yeah, it
dark
is.
enough for the theme.
It is for sure. Okay. Aaron, you want to go next?
Sure. So, the legend of Stingy Jack.
Dingy
Okay.
Jack.
Um,
See the manager of that Jack in the Box?
yeah. So he first appeared in like the 19th century. There was a man named Stingy Jack. He invited the devil to have a drink with him. And he didn't want to pay for his drink, so he convinced the devil to turn himself into a coin that Jack could use to buy their drinks. Once the devil did so, Jack decided to keep the money and put it into his pocket next to a silver cross, which prevented the devil from changing back into his original form.
How
Um,
sneaky.
yeah, he eventually freed the devil under the condition that he would not bother Jack for 1 year, and that should Jack die, he would not claim his soul. The next year, Jack again tricked the devil into climbing into a tree to pick a piece of fruit. While he was up in the tree, Jack carved a sign of the cross into the tree's bark so that the devil could not come down, until the devil promised Jack not to bother him for 10 more years. Soon
Wow.
after Jack died, God would not allow such an unsavory figure into heaven, and the devil, upset that the trick he played on him and not keeping his word, and keeping his word not to claim his soul, would not allow Jack into hell. So Jack was sent off into the dark night with only a burning coal to light his way. And he put the coal into a carved out turnip and has been roaming the earth with it ever since.
Wow.
The Irish began to refer to this ghostly figure as Jack of the Lantern, and then simply Jack-o'-lantern. So that's where the story of the Jack-o'-lanterns come from.
Interesting. I did read while I was researching Did You Knows that they used to carve turnips
Mhm.
back overseas, and then at some point in the US they were like, hey, it's easier to carve a pumpkin.
Pumpkin.
So let's abandon ship and use the bigger one.
Would you like to know a Halloween costume that I've dreamed of doing since I was a wee baron?
A wee baron. What's that?
So I used to read a lot of Goosebumps when I was a kid
Oh, same.
at all times of the year.
Yep.
And there was one of them in which the kid is like trick or treating,
Mm-hmm.
and some people start showing up that he thinks are his friends, but they end up not being, I think, at the end. But
Mm-hmm.
they're like, they have jack-o'-lantern heads.
Yes,
lit
I
up
can see the
jack-o'-lantern
cover.
heads.
I can see the cover of the book.
Yes, I've wanted to do that since that book came out in like 1995 or whatever. So someday, some year, I'll get that costume going.
I'm looking at it right now. It was called I'm an adult, damn it. It was called Attack of the Jack-o'-lanterns.
I'm an adult. damn it.
Wow. Good stuff. Okay. My did you know is, did you guys know what the top Halloween costumes of 2024 are?
Ooh, 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 ooh.
Ooh,
I'm gonna
Beetlejuice.
tell you.
I wanna guess. I wanna guess.
Okay.
Beetlejuice.
Can we each have how many guesses can we each have?
You can guess until you're tired of guessing. So
Okay,
Aaron
I'm going
said
with Beetlejuice.
Aaron said Beetlejuice. Now, I gotta say, Beetlejuice himself is not on the list. However, there are 2 characters from the new Beetlejuice movie that are on the list.
Yeah, the 2 women is my
So,
guess
yeah,
for that situation.
The one that
So-
plays Wednesday and well,
no,
no.
no,
No?
neither of them. She's a new character.
Okay, well, no
She's a
spoilers.
new
Well,
no
so
spoiler,
is
but
the one that plays Wednesday.
yeah, but it's not her.
Interesting.
And then do you remember in the first Beetlejuice, the guy in the death waiting room area with the shrunken head?
Yes.
He reappears in this new Beetlejuice movie, and he's a bit popular, so he's on the list.
Nice.
I think he's actually the top of the list.
No spoilers.
No spoilers.
Okay. Let's see. What could it be from this year? I'm gonna guess that something from House of the Dragon is popular.
No,
Okay.
I wish I could remember where this is. I saw this list in 2 or 3 different places, the same exact list. So it was more than just one source reporting it.
Let me think. What came out this year?
That's a good way to approach it.
Beetlejuice did come out. So what else?
I'm gonna guess some K-pop band members.
No.
No.
BTS. What's their name? Is that it?
That's
or
one.
Twice.
So here's one on here that I was so
Nice.
unfamiliar with. And you can keep guessing if you want as I read, but there's a lady, an Australian competitive breakdancer.
Oh, yeah.
Ray-Gun.
Ray Gun.
I dropped
Yeah.
Did not know who that was. I had to Google it.
She was in the
And-
Olympics.
Yes. So that's a popular costume people are doing.
I did hear about that, yeah.
There is a character from this popular horror video called Poppy's Playtime called Catnap.
Okay, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I didn't know who that is.
It kind of looks like a plasticky animatronic thing, I guess.
It's I think it's just the scary cat looking face that they're kind of using.
Poppy's Playtime's like a animatronic video game where they're out to eat your face off.
There's a web series, an animated web series, an indie animated web series called The Amazing Digital Circus.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, there's a character from there called Pomni.
Okay.
And that's a popular one. And then
Any
they
Sonic
are
Hedgehogs?
no, not this year. So Wolverine and Deadpool came out this year.
Okay, yeah.
So apparently there's a character called Lady Deadpool.
Yep.
Haven't seen the movie yet, so I don't know who that is, but that's a popular character as well as Wolverine himself. And then there's a bunch of characters from the Inside Out movie.
Oh yeah, fuck that.
That are popular. That made Lau cry.
That movie tore my ass up.
There's a popular character from a Disney Channel movie.
Okay, is it a Descendant?
A Descendant, yeah.
Which one?
Rise of Red or whatever.
Yeah, Red from Descendants is popular. There's a very popular female pop artist right now that a lot of people are dressing up as.
Sabrina Carpenter.
Yes, Sabrina Carpenter. Very good. Apparently, oh, go ahead.
So
I just have one more.
When people started talking about Sabrina Carpenter, I did not know who that was. I still don't really know who that is. But I think my brain was thinking of The Carpenters.
Oh, no.
Which is like from the 70s, right?
Right.
And I was like, why is everyone suddenly interested in this person from the 70s? Like, what happened? Because you know how who's the lady that had the song in Stranger Things?
Oh, yeah. I forget the name, but yeah.
Yeah, but like that became popular because of Stranger Things. I was like, what happened for the 70s thing to come back? And then I found out that she's like
Kate
20
Bush.
or whatever. Yeah, and I was like, oh, okay. I was so stupid and wrong.
Yeah. Apparently Chipotle has released a burrito costume this year, and so that has become a popular Halloween costume. A Chipotle burrito.
When I worked for the Taco Bell franchise, we had our big Christmas party.
Yep.
And during the day on the Saturday, they had like an award ceremony where they presented like all the like the top selling stores and the service reward awards for long service and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And myself and one of the other IT guys wore costumes and greeted everyone who came into this event.
Mhm.
And we swapped about halfway through, but we had an inflatable taco costume and a big like fire sauce packet.
Nice. I think I
And we
remember
just
seeing those pictures.
stood there and danced and shook hands with everybody who came through the door. And then went and changed into like suits and ties for the awards ceremony.
Right. Okay, well, that is my Did You Know?
I like
Nice.
it. I like
Yeah.
it.
I like
Okay, moving
everybody.
on to the top 5.
Yeah, so this episode we're going to do a top 5 list instead of a top 3.
5.
And it's our top 5 favorite things about Halloween.
Woo!
So do you want to do like we normally do? Just go bottom up, round robin?
Yep.
Yep. No, Aaron, you had a different idea?
I was just gonna name like the top 5 things
Okay.
because I don't
all at
really have
once?
them in order.
Okay. We could go one by one and just name them, and then I'm sure we'll probably have some overlap.
Yeah, mine are in an order, but it's not like a super defined order. But yeah.
Yeah, I ordered mine, but again, they're.
And we expanded from 3 to 5. I still got 2 honorable mentions.
Oh my gosh, there will just always be honorable mentions.
Yeah, you could be top 20 and I'd be like, in fact, I did my top 50 video games of all time at the beginning of this year and I had 10 honorable mentions.
Nice.
Okay, let's get through this.
Let's do it.
Get it?
Go ahead,
All right,
Aaron. Hit
I'll
us.
go first.
Yeah.
So jack-o'-lanterns. I like to look at them. I'm not a huge fan of carving them. I just felt like that shit takes too long and it's
Okay.
really messy.
Yeah.
But I
Which-
do like to cook the pumpkin.
Oh, what you like cooking?
The pumpkin.
I know, but like, would you just cook it down and eat it? What you do with
Cook it down, freeze it, and then I'll defrost it and make a pumpkin pie.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
The seeds.
Hocus Pocus, of course.
Ooh, yeah.
I like that Halloween kind of marks the start of the holiday season and fall weather.
Holla.
I'm putting these two together because they kind of go hand in hand, but the haunted houses and like and Halloween decor.
Yep.
Mhm.
I love it. Now, this year I didn't do any decorating inside. I'm a little disappointed with myself, but it is what it is. I'll do better next year.
Now, to be fair to you, if you had decorated inside, Claire would have redecorated for you.
Ooh.
Correct. Yeah.
That's funny.
And then trick or treating and costumes. That's been a fun thing that we've been doing. It's really hyped up, and then about halfway through, I'm over it. But
Yeah.
I like the anticipation of it all.
Yeah.
And so I think that's 5. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 4, 5. And then I just want to add in, this is going to be something that's on my top 5 list for our Thanksgiving and our Christmas list as well. Or it'll probably be honorable mention, but fires, sitting around the fire outside. Like, that is my probably favorite thing to do.
Can't wait to do that.
Love that.
Yeah.
And that's it.
All right. Well, let me go next because mine's relatively short as well. I'll do them in descending order the way that I ranked them. So
Okay.
my number 5 is all of the decor, the Halloween decor, seeing everybody put all the decorations in their yards is always fun. Number 4 is pumpkin carving. I actually quite like it. I think it's fun to do it. It is messy, but it's always fun revealing what you did and getting it lit up at night. I like that part.
Yeah.
Number 3 for me is just seeing, now that I'm older, I guess, seeing all the kids have fun. I think it's fun, especially the little kids.
I just want to say that as our kids get older, we'll probably start the pumpkin carving, but
Yeah,
like I can't trust them with a knife right now, so they
Yeah,
want to just paint pumpkins.
sure.
I wanted to get some and do some this year, but maybe we still will this coming weekend.
Yeah. And let's be honest, them kids are going to cut an eye out and be like, okay, I'm done.
Hmm.
Yeah. And then I'll do the rest.
Right, exactly. So my number 3 is seeing all the kids have fun. Number 2 is all of the costumes, seeing everybody's costumes, seeing how creative everybody gets. That's always fun for me. I am boring. I like an inflatable costume, but some people go all out and I
Yeah.
love it.
And I just want to say, if your kid's walking around as Chucky, you better hide them.
Hide your kids. She gonna get you. And my number 1 favorite thing about Halloween is the candy. I loves me some candy. That's my top 5.
Would you like to give a review on the candy you tried today?
Oh, yes. I was having a little bit of a sweet tooth after lunch. So I ran into the Walmart. Said, I'm gonna give me a little Coke and a candy bar. And Walmart makes these great value brand knockoffs of all of the major chocolate candy bars. So there's I wish I could remember what it's called, a cookie bar, I think is what they called it, which is supposed to be a knockoff of a Twix. So I bought that to try it, but then I also bought a Twix. Yeah, it's not a Twix. Don't do it. If you like Twix, don't do it. It don't taste the same.
Yeah. Maybe
I-
go in with an open mind that it is a Cookie Crisp.
But like it looks
with
just like
caramel.
it looks just like a Twix for real. Even as you're eating it, you bite into it, looks just like a Twix, but there's something in the taste that is just not right.
That's
And
sad,
I don't like
'cause
it.
I love a Twix.
Me too. And they make a Snickers one, great value version of a Snickers, which I've bought and tried, did not like it. They make a great value Milky Way. I bought it, but I didn't try it yet. But I
How do
have
you eat a Snicks? A Snicks. How do you
How
eat
do
a
you-
Twix? You just bite it and eat it?
Yeah, I don't do this thing where you scrape the caramel off.
Oh
and
my god,
then
I
eat
love
the-
to do that.
No, I bite
What?
that sucker.
Yeah.
I know that people do that, and I don't.
Sometimes I'll eat the caramel off first. But
How
like a
rude.
Twix comes with 2, right? So you
No?
do
Or-
one
or
one way and
4.
one the other.
Or 4 if you buy the big one like I did.
Oh shit. I don't.
Oh.
Okay.
I've seen people like open the Twix pack and just bite both of them at the same time. I don't believe in
Stop
that.
it. No.
Yeah.
Like that's on the same level as someone who like bites into the side of a burrito.
That's wow. Psychotic.
Toby, what kind of Coke did you get? Don't you say it.
I did
Oreo.
not get an Oreo Coke because I didn't see any Oreo Cokes.
Yeah.
I ended up getting a cream soda Dr. Pepper.
Okay. So you did the Cajun thing.
Correct.
You said you got a Coke, but you got a Dr. Pepper.
That's right.
It is what it is.
All right, Lyle, hit us with a list.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna go 5, 4, 3, 2. Honorable mentions 1.
Okay.
Okay. So number 5 is I kind of started a mini tradition on my stream, probably inspired by somebody else, where every October I cut out from whatever else I was playing and play nothing but horror or horror adjacent games for the entire month.
Mhm.
It's really fun to set up a theme for it every year, and actually inspired me from the first time I did to further theme the rest of my content each year. So I really like doing that every year. It's fun. And a lot of
Cool.
other people do that as well. Number 4 is fall weather, aka an excuse to make chili, do weenie roast, and gumbo. Just fall shit in general. Shout out to pumpkin spice.
Yeah, best 2 weeks of Louisiana.
Number 3 is the kids' joy and excitement when they pick out a costume they like and then put it on for the first time.
Yeah.
because they're like so pumped when they put their costumes on for the first time. They're like, "Look how cool I look! This wig is ridiculous!"
Yeah, they get
It's
so excited and want to wear it all day long.
Yeah, which has happened. Number 2 is scary movies, or more specifically, a reason to watch them when we don't often make or prioritize time to watch anything. But we usually will go out of our way to watch at least one or 3 Halloween-themed movies every year.
Which we
Mm.
still haven't done yet.
No, but we got time.
Oh, we watched Spookly.
Oh, I don't
Oh,
know.
the square pumpkin?
Mhm.
Spooky the Square Pumpkin. Okay, and my honorable mentions are Spirit Halloween jokes and memes.
Oh.
Like when something shuts down and then people are like posting like the Spirit Halloween flags over it like the next day.
Yeah.
That's always funny to me. And then my other honorable mention is slutty costumes.
Nice.
Not being sexist here, I like anyone in a slutty costume and I'm just happy they exist.
Nice.
And then my number 1 favorite thing about Halloween is the general decor and vibes and everything about it. This is a vague cop out and I know it, but I just like the people I know as I get older, getting excited about Halloween and posting about it online and seeing everyone's fun stuff and costumes every year.
Mhm.
I have a friend that shares the same comic every year in June. That's like main character, Easter's over, it's spooky season. Response, it's June. Response, main character now dressed as a skeleton, spooky season. And it's so funny every year. And I like seeing everybody's costumes and like Toby
Yeah.
said, just all the general, like, it's just fun to see because I like to dress up, but I'll like over plan something and have like some elaborate idea and then wait too late. And then I'm just rushing to throw something together every time. But then
Mhm.
I see other people that do it up big and I'm like, dang, that's nice.
Yeah. Once or twice, we did a homemade haunted house
Mm,
with some people I know in this area. And I gotta say that was fun being on the inside of it.
I bet.
Yeah.
Putting it all together and then like working it throughout the night, letting the kids walk through. And then you could like ramp it up or scale it down based on the age of the kids that come through. That was really fun. That's
Yeah.
a fun thing.
You
We should
just,
do that one year.
yeah, we should. You just sparked a memory for me.
Okay.
I was the Grim Reaper one year.
Oh.
And our neighbors across the street at my mom's house would do like a little haunted house thing in their front yard. They'd like hang up like black visqueen everywhere, and it was
Mhm.
just like a little short maze that you'd walk through.
Mhm.
And the old man that lived there was in a coffin, like as a vampire or something, and he's like sat up to scare you when you walked up to him.
Yeah.
And I hit him with my plastic scythe
Not
'cause
today, vampire.
he startled me.
That's funny. Yeah, we had put together a bunch of 10 by 10 tents and then basically made a maze and then it connected to the underneath of their carport. And I remember we stapled like tarps to the ceiling, let them hang down to make a wall
Hmm.
and just basically made a big long maze that they wove in and out of.
Yeah.
Good
There's a
stuff.
couple of people in our subdivision that do their garages big.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
every like this year when the Halloween decorations started going up, Oliver was like, "Hey, when we go through that haunted house in the back of the neighborhood, you have to hold my hand and keep me safe." Like that was the first thing he thought of this year.
But hey, he's going. I
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it. All right. Well, that's it. That's the Halloween episode, you guys. Fun
Mhm.
stuff.
Yeah, this is our first big theme episode, I guess.
Yeah, it is. And I liked it.
And we'll be doing a couple more for you guys in, like Aaron said, for Thanksgiving and for Christmas time. Because
Yes.
are we doing still 2 or are we just doing 1 each the next 2 months?
We're only going to have 2 more episodes before the end of the year. We're going to do one in November. It'll be Thanksgiving themed. And then we'll do one in December. It'll
Yeah,
be
just
sort of
because
Christmas themed. It's just too hard with the holidays and
so
everything
hectic
everybody has going
and
on. Yeah.
yeah,
It's,
everybody's jobs are doing end of the year crap, and then we have like
yes.
Oliver's birthday plus Thanksgiving, plus we're going on 2 trips the 2 weeks before Thanksgiving, plus Christmas. So it's like
Right.
it's a lot.
Right. Right.
So I'm thinking probably this one, November would be releasing around November 20th.
Yeah. I had on the schedule the Wednesday is 11/17, but it's debatable. We don't have to stick to the schedule. But
11/17 is a Sunday.
sorry, that's a
That's when we
recording
would
date.
record,
Sorry,
yeah.
I'm scrolled. My window's scrolled here.
Oh, okay.
It was the
Yep.
20th. Yeah,
Yeah,
11/20.
record on the 17th, release on the 20th.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, we can discuss that. But yeah.
So yeah, we'll let you guys know for sure. But be on the lookout on the Insta, the Meaty Chats Insta. Aaron's going to post some fun things, Halloween stuff that we mentioned in the episode. And yeah, look out for Thanksgiving.
Aaron or Toby or
Yeah,
Lau.
one of us will do it. I think Aaron's got the content though, that for some of the stuff we mentioned.
Yeah.
All right, this is fun. Thank you guys for listening, and have a spooky Halloween.
Bye. We'll see you in the graveyard.
Oh no!
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
But wait, there's more. Hey, you guys, it's Toby here. We were so excited to talk about Halloween things in this episode that we completely forgot to recap our non-conspiracy theory from our episode 2 weeks ago. So here's a little bonus tidbit for you. Why are public toilet seats often a U shape instead of a traditional round seat like you would see in your home? So I looked up the answer, and here's what it said. Commercial toilets are often U-shaped instead of round, primarily for hygiene reasons. The front open design allows users to clean themselves more easily without touching the seat. This is especially important in public restrooms, where many people use the same toilet. This design also helps reduce the transfer of germs and simplifies cleaning for the maintenance staff. So there you go. Happy Halloween. See you next episode.